63.
So there you see, 62 ahead, 67
Seven.
remaining. That equates to just one more red needed. And Sean Murphy will need a snooker.
71.
So these were very nicely taken from Marco. And it wouldn't surprise you now if he went on to make the century.
Yeah, it's taken to the 7th frame for one to be one scoring visit. Perhaps we would have
78.
expected more high breaks from these two. But sometimes you can't tell the way the balls go in frames.
79.
Yes, and Sean will be disappointed because he had first chance in this frame. He played a marvellous positional shot off the black and then missed. Well, to all intents and purposes, an easy red. But as we've seen so many times at the Crucible Theatre,
86.
there's nothing unmissable.
'87.
Yeah, Sean was 56-0 up in the last frame with a break of 56 and lost it. First chance this frame, he's going to lose it.
'93.
So a big frame coming up for Sean Murphy in this match. Marco now knows he won't be behind going into their second session.
Very well played. Very well played indeed.
100.
That was
101.
the 30th century of this year's Dafabet World Snooker Championship. And as Stephen said, Sean will be getting
104.
prepared for the next frame.
106.
He's overhit that. There's one more frame to play in this session. And Sean will be looking to end it all square. Doesn't want to drop two behind,
109.
which could be the case. Second session of this match is to be played this evening. Wow. He made his century. That was the important thing. So Marco Fu gets his nose in front once again. He now leads by 4 frames to 3. Yeah, it's been very interesting every frame, and now that they're starting to score a bit better, the standard will raise, and so is the wall. The wall's being raised. And there you go. The session on the other table's finished. That's in darkness. I'm certain a lot of people on that side of the arena have stayed to watch the last frame of this session.
Last frame
Sometimes
for
it
the
can take you
session.
a couple of shots to get used to seeing
Marco Fu to break.
an empty table in the distance when you're playing towards that. Both these players are highly experienced here at the Crucible, though. Won't affect them. It's a good break off.
Yeah, but you're right, Stephen. It is a completely different backdrop. You know, you got the red or reddish wall, and now you're looking at a blank space, really, and just the darkness of the table and the crowd. judgment of pace.
Part. Sean Murphy.
Well, he needed to catch it very thin. I suppose it's better in the pocket, rattling the jaws that's staying at this end.
I think he's placed the cue ball. That gives him a path to play the red closest to the corner. Needs to get it. He has, and it's a nice cannon. So, first in again.
Played that nicely. Not certain he can hold for the black here. And of course, with that red going near the blue, he may have to go for a baulk colour if he can't. No, it was too risky to try and play for the black there.
Brown.
I mean, the red he'd love to get on sooner rather than later is the one to the right of the black. And that's the one he's attempting to get on now, but he's not quite hard enough. Maybe he's got an alternative.
30.
But the one to the right of the black, then the black would have been easily accessible to both corners. But he must be on this red. He was just.
14.
And nicely on the black. He'd love to hold for that red just to the right of the black, but I'm not certain he can. Well, he could. So get this red out of the way, clear the black spot.
21.
The black area.
22. Yeah.
Not that happy with the contact, but he was playing a stun, forcing it off the top cushion, which may have caused a bit of a bounce and a heavy contact. So in potting this red, he'll be bringing other reds into
29.
play. You would think he played the screw shot here. I'm always a bit worried if you play the run through. Well, he's playing the run through.
30.
And he judged it nicely. Fair play. Sometimes you can catch the red a little bit too thick and run out of position, but he's played it nicely. And you would expect him to score enough
37.
points here to get to the snooker's required stage, but we'll take nothing for granted.
38.
And of course, what makes it a little bit more difficult at the moment, he's only got the black to play with. The blue's really out of commission, as is the pink. So he needs good, precise positional play on the red so he can get on the black.
45.
And just as I say that, he's on this red. He can't play on the black, but just coming round to see if he can stun it in and play for the pink in the opposite corner. Played it
46.
nicely.
And this is where he must keep his concentration. It's like 2 frames previously made 56. Was a little bit unlucky with his going into the pack, but he has to concentrate hard here. Make sure he wins this frame in this visit.
Pink goes as close to its spot as he can because, as you can see, the spot is not available. But Sean had already worked that out and he didn't think it affected
52.
this red going into the left corner, and looks as though he's right. Was running into
53.
another red, so once again he does that very well.
$60.
Red colour red, that's all that's needed. I think he's okay. I think he can get to this. I think he's just a bit concerned if he pots it and screws back. He didn't want to be too straight on the pink. So decided to run it in and play
61.
for the black. This black will put him 72 points in front. But there'll be 75 remaining, so, as I say, still looking for one more red after the colour. Well, I see it, but I just don't believe it.
Sean Murphy, 61.
How many times has he looked as though he's just going to get over the winning line and misses that vital ball? Amazing.
Yeah, it looked like he had some sort of angle in the black to stun over the 3 reds that are in the middle of the table there, for either to the left centre or the left corner. He obviously didn't like it. As you say, so many times he seems to get the 50, the 60, and just doesn't do enough to win the frame in one visit.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stephen, if he was to lose this frame, he won't enjoy his afternoon off before this evening session.
One.
And I don't know if the blue passes the pink to the green pocket. If it does, he's got a lovely angle on it. There you can see, clearly passes.
Well,
Marco, full 1.
Marco has let Sean Murphy off the hook.
Yeah, he landed perfectly on that blue. Didn't have to do anything with the cue ball virtually, just make sure you pot the blue.
There you see it, 64 ahead, 67 remaining, just this red needed. And Sean will be mighty relieved to see that red drop. Because he did give Marco Fu half a chance of a counter-attack. This time Marco didn't take it. was a bit wide, but
Sean Murphy 1.
but for a couple of snookers, Sean Murphy should have levelled.